Thank you very much, Azer. Hello, welcome, everybody. Let's see how players did in round of 32, shall we? This is the first stage of the tournament that people were eliminated in, but we still have lots of data and numbers to throw at you regardless. I'm going to be going through each of the maps individually, starting with Nomad 1. That was unfortunately Nomad 2. But we will be getting Nomad 1 shortly. There it is. Nomad 1, surprisingly, not as many picks as people would expect from a generic AIM map, at least from what I would expect. But you can see across the board, 7 times picked, 9 times banned, about half interaction rate between matches. Most people just didn't really want to touch it. Decent amount of FCs, Potato Munchers with the 3-way FC, and solid accuracies from pretty much everyone. Holy Jesus, with the 99.59% going to be topping the accuracy department. We did not see that many teams actually play this, though. As far as I know, it was picked 7 times, but I believe only played in a few matches. Yeah, just a few. 4 matches, as a matter of fact. Out of those, Potato Munchers with that 3-way FC will be getting the top score overall on the map at 3.5 million. As expected from a Nomad 1, scores are relatively high across the board, mostly 2 million or above. We got average accuracy, Pat the Duck topping that off with their average ac being the only one above 99%, 99 point around 2%, 99.2. And that will do it for Nomad 1. Not too much to say in regards to that. Nomad 2, however, it's Nomad 2. This was picked quite an immense amount of times. 21 times in total. Not the most picked map, however. Keep that in mind. Banned 4 times. And we can already see this was a lot more comfortable for pretty much every single player across the board. We only see, from the top 16 alone, we only see 960k plus. That is pretty much 99% FCs across the board. Atomic Box with the highest score at 992,000, which is approximately to 100. It's 99.78% for him. You can see what I was talking about. 99% is pretty much across the board for most players in this. There's a couple of 4-way FCs on this as well. So I'm interested to see what teams got the 4-way on this map in particular. Just at a glance, seems like, I believe P-Model got one of them. Oh no, P-Model had one person miss. El Dupa donate blinds, and debatable whether or not At God, Trollers of Romania, and 3 Wings all got 3-way FCs, depending on accuracy. But, as you can see, just in general, a lot more comfortable map for most teams than pretty much anything else in the pool, which is why it was picked 21 times. And we have seen 7-ways and maybe even an 8-way. I'm not actually sure if there was an 8-way on this map, but there were definitely 7. Definitely 7-ways on this map, and there were quite a few upsets on this map in general because of that factor. The fact that there were 7-way FCs and 1 miss determined the entire match. El Dupa going to be with the highest average accuracy at 99.35. Now for the most picked, and also somehow not banned a single time throughout all the matches. Nomad 3, 22 picks, and 0 bans. It has not been banned a single time. BMG from Polska going to be repping the highest score, 996,173 from him. Krez trailing not that far behind, with one more 100 than him. Same goes for the accuracy department. BMG with actually a 1x 100. That is very, very nice from him. Yes, everyone loves Wowie. We love Wowie maps. But yeah, as expected from the most picked map in the pool, something most teams are relatively comfortable on, and we've seen a couple, actually only one, never mind, I lied. One 4-way FC from Team on this map. Rest of the teams getting around 2.6 million average, with a decent amount of scores above 3 million. Solid performances from everyone on this pick. Team Greg going to be repping the highest overall accuracy on the map. Polska not far behind with 99.3. Overall, not many teams getting average 99%, but definitely in the high 98s. Getting into another back-to-back pick that has been picked quite a few times, surprisingly, considering the difficulty of this map, in my opinion. 15 picks, 4 times banned, no mod for the alt map from Mirage will be Hyok 2044 from 3 Wings, repping the highest score. The match. So it's quite a hard pick for several people, as a matter of fact. It's a lot easier to just randomly miss or slider break on this map than most of the other no mods, I would say. But also with the highest accuracy, Chomek not too far behind, alongside Bullocks. Overall team score, once again topping the leaderboards with a 3.6 million 3-way FC from them. Osu True Skill with a 3.5 million solid run from them. 3 million as well from the Eldupa and 3 Wings. But overall, a bit lower average scores than some of the other no mods we've seen so far, which is to be somewhat expected. And the repping the highest team accuracy at 99.19%. The only other team to get above 99 at 99.12. Overall, solid performances from all teams on this one. Getting into maps that were picked more often than not, we have Nomad 5, 21 picks. Tied for the second amount of total picks next to Nomad 2, but we can see very different scores overall in comparison to Nomad 2. There are still a leaderboard of FCs, but much less accuracy for most of the FCs on this. Arnold 24x24 going to be with the highest score, a 4x100 play at 992,000 from him. Also repping one of the only 99% so far. One of the only 99% that this map has gotten. Megumic with the other 99%. Everyone else below 99%. Not many people too comfortable with the speed aspect of this map. So accuracies did tend to suffer a bit. But in other words, the End Firms repping a 4-way FC at 3.76 million, not too far behind with their 3-way FC, I believe. And decent scores from pretty much all teams that played this map across the board, above 2.6 mil for top 16. A lot more teams with above 3 million average. And overall accuracy has to be somewhat expected, as this map didn't really have the best accuracies to begin with. The end firms top out the highest overall accuracy on this map at 98.21%, a full percent higher than the next team, Donate Blinds. Only 3 teams getting above 97% average accuracy. Getting into Nomad 6, this was the rhythm technical-oriented pick. We saw this a few times, but not quite often. Most of the times this was played, it was relatively late on. Or rather, most of the times it was picked, it was relatively late on in the pick and ban stage. So most people weren't actually able to play this, but Breedcat and Arnold repping the FCs with above 97%. And accuracies, much like Nomad 5, except for obviously different reasons this time, are pretty much low across the entire board here. Nothing above 99%. The highest is Breedcat with 98.83%, almost at a 99. Mistia and Arnold, the only other players to get above 98%. Markram barely managing, or barely missing out on 98%. Getting into the total team score, we can see this was more of a gimmick pick for most teams that wanted to pick it if they wanted to cheese a point out of somebody. As we can see, P-Model with the highest score at 3 million. That is the largest score by a long shot, and most of the other teams did not really have that fun of a time playing this. Only 2 other scores above 2 million. P-Model with the highest average accuracy for this map at 98% flat. Getting into the Hiddens now. The Hiddens don't really have that many picks, surprisingly. Granted, I would say that Hidden 1 and Hidden 3 are a bit harder than the rest of the pool, so it's not entirely surprising. And we can sort of see that reflected in the scores. Picked 7 times, played in, I believe, 4 matches, but banned 10 times. Hades from Garfield repping the highest score with a 1,230,000. I screwed that up. Oh well. You get the point. Hades also the only 99%. Yoke not far behind at 98.55. Hades absolutely just dominating this map in comparison to every other player in terms of accuracy. Most of the players tend to be around 97% for this. Getting into the team scores, Garfield is the highest, just shy of 3 million, but Aldupa not far behind with a 100k point difference at second place. Most of the scores tending to average around 1.6 million, around that area. A few teams above 2 million, no teams above 3 million, however. Accuracy, due to the map's somewhat complex kick slider rhythm and weird slider shapes, is a bit lower than you would expect from a Hidden 1. It's 97.84 from Greg, headlining the accuracy department. Getting into Hidden 2. Same deal as Hidden 1, except with a few more bans this time. Twice banned more than Hidden 1, but 7 picks all the same. Very, very few FCs on this. Shimon My Mommy and Megumik, the only players to get above 800k on this map. Shimon My Mommy absolutely destroying this map. No wonder he is on the Ac God team. That accuracy is 99.5%. 99.6%. The only AC above 99%, and it's by a long shot. It was, granted, it was not played as much, so that is something to take into account. But it also shows just how, I guess you could say, complex that this map is. Well, it requires a lot of finger control, a lot of flow aim aspects that you would have to be very comfortable with hidden in order to do well on. The N-Firms just barely beating the, in terms of total score, 2.9 million just about for them. 2 millions from Enter Team Name at God the Bench as well. Averages around 1.9 million. The overall accuracy award goes to the bench. That's at 97.64%. So we get into Hidden 3. I just want you guys to take note of the times band. Yeah, people didn't like this map. I was genuinely kind of scared going into this, because this wasn't picked at all before today. This was picked, I believe, 3 times in like the last 5 matches of the day. And it was only played twice. So you are seeing every single score that was on this map. Well, we see Zoodinator with the only FC at 96.66%, highest accuracy as well. Not really much you can go off of on this map, however, just because it was only played in 2 matches, and yeah, it was only played in 2 matches. Not many people really wanting to deal with this map. Arguably one of the harder maps in the pool, topping out the total score at 2.8 million, just about. Airline Food also getting above 2 million. However, Airline Food was playing so that 2 million score, unfortunately, did not beat any of the other teams. And the highest accuracy goes to as well at a stunning 94.94%. Airline Food not too far behind at 94.16. An impressive showing from Airline Food, all things considered, doing much better than the other matchup that this was played in, the bench versus Enter Team Name. Getting into the Hard Rock now. This is where we get to see a bit more action. A lot more people are wanting to play Hard Rock, it seems like. 8 picks, 8 times banned, and we got a decent amount of FCs. Dragbit with the highest accuracy at 1,033,100, and I screwed that up, but that's okay. Dragbit with the highest score, Thieves and BTMC following short, as well as Colleague. Thieves with the highest accuracy, unfortunately a 1-miss choke from him. Kingling to follow after that. Surprisingly, the highest score is number 4 in terms of the average or the total accuracy leaderboard. Interesting to note. Lots of people pretty comfortable acking this map, but unfortunately just missing on aim, as you would expect from a Hard Rock 1. The bench with the highest overall score on the map at 3.4 million. Other 3 millions include Enter Team Name, which the bench played. 3 wings. Averages around 2 million, which is to be expected from an aim map. I believe the bench is a almost 3-way FC as well. Thieves missing at the end cost him a few points, but highest average accuracy also goes to the bench. Getting into Hard Rock 2. Another map that wasn't really necessarily picked quite a lot. And just from the looks of it, actually, it seems it was only played in 2 matches. So we have Hello at number 1. Red Pixel and Zoodinator following with their own FCs at around 96% accuracy as well. But most of the scores lie within the 500k to 400k range. The only accuracy above 97%, granted this is a swing rhythm map, so it is expected to not have as high of average accuracy across the board, but congratulations to Fiery Rage for his only 97%. Obama awarding a medal to himself. Granted, as I said, this was not really played much, as you can see, only in 2 matches, topping out the total score at 2.9 million. Ramsing the only other 2 million at 2.5. So it's one of the more commonly banned maps, as far as I know, the second most banned map, next to Hidden 3. So not many teams really wanting to touch this map. But it was picked a decent amount of times, just at the very end of matches usually. Highest overall accuracy goes to at 95.48. Getting into the last Hard Rock here, and the one that was picked the most, 13 times. And we could see much higher accuracies across the board for FCs and just chokes alike. Takanashi Ako from Kirby repping the highest score. Alfonso not too far behind, as well as Amuro and these several FCs from several players on this map. Much more of a comfort Hard Rock pick for people. Kingling repping the highest accuracy, not Takanashi Ako. He is 3rd, but Kingling going to be doing what he does best, and accuracy gaming the Hard Rock precision pick at 99.72%. I believe that is a 1x100 1 miss from him on that map. Majora beating Takanashi as well at 99.5%, just about the bench with the highest overall team score on the Hard Rock here. Much more of a Hard Rock-centric team, it feels like. Kirby, the only other score above 3 million, but averages generally higher, around 2.4 million for most teams, it seems like. The highest accuracy goes to P-Model at 98.56%. Garfield, the only other team above 98% on this map pick. Getting into the next map, Double Time 1. This is where we get to see a bit more interaction with the picks. DT1 in particular, 12 interactions and 10 times banned. Actually, 22 interactions, 12 picks, 10 bans. But pretty solid scores across the board on this map. Inumi from Pat the Duck repping the highest score overall. But it will be Malteser from Perfect Cell Ballin to get the highest accuracy, 99.42% from him. You can See a lot of 99% across the board for this map, a lot more comfortable to act in comparison to maybe other double time maps that we will see in the future, like DT2. Akagod with the highest team score on the map, barely beating Pat the Duck at 3.7 million, just about. Godfield Gaming as well, 3.6 million. A lot more 3 millions from teams across the board on this, as to be expected from the DT multiplier and just general. In general, people seem to be a bit more just consistent on DT1s than any other map, it feels like. Going to be repping the highest average accuracy as a team, 98.93%, just shy of 99, unfortunately. And a decent amount of teams above 98% average. Getting into DT2. Actually, I was wrong. I was expecting way lower accuracy on some of these. Never mind. Ikoro going to be repping the highest score, known primarily as a easy reading player. It turns out he can play speed. You better hide. Run. That will not be the highest accuracy, though. That award goes to Doomy, the Australian double time player, at 99.5%. Ikoro, the only other 99%. Ziki and Shield, just barely not getting it. But in general, DT2, you can see, picked 17 times. A lot of people wanted to play this. Donate blinds with the 4 million score, almost a 4-way FC on this map. Or could be a 4-way FC, actually, depending on accuracy. And Greg not too far behind on their own. P-Model and Akgod the only other 3 millions. But in general, as expected of Double Time, a lot higher average scores all around. Donate blinds with the highest average accuracy, the only team to break above 98% at 98.55. Getting into DT3. Another pick that was relatively popular, 12 times picked. The highest score will go to Xylos from 3 wings, with the tournament not too far behind. But a lot lower accuracies across the board for this, and that is reflected in the top 16 players here. Haruchi, the only player above 99%. Xylos, the highest FC at 98.75%. Most accuracies being in the range of 97. Donate blinds with the highest score, 3.8 million for them. Aero 7 slot, those are not far behind at all. And a decent amount of 3 millions from Potato Munchers, Greg, El Dupa, 3 wings, and Kill La Kill. Once again, average score around 2.5 million. Highest accuracy goes to 3 wings at 97.45%. Donate blinds 0.05% lower. Getting into DT4, not as picked as much as the other double times, but 5 times picked and 6 times banned. I believe that is actually the lowest interaction rate any pick has received. And that is indeed correct. That is the lowest interaction rate of all picks in the pool. A total of 11 interactions. We could see Wubwoof Wolf repping the old map tournament player, 99.05% from him on the map. The only 99, the only 98 going to ConCon. Everyone else hovering generally in the 97 or 96 range. Definitely not a map that people were terribly comfortable acking. AR7 Slopdozer with the highest team score on this map, 3.2 million for them. And for accuracy, it will also be AR7 Slopdozer at the highest with 97.19%, the only team above 97 average accuracy. Getting back into maps that were picked quite frequently, we have Knight Rider, Usao, Free Mod 1, 15 times picked, 7 times banned. Zoodinator with the Hidden Hard Rock, basically FC. We might as well just call that an FC. The only Hidden Hard Rock to actually get close to an FC, for that matter. Takedo not far behind with a 1x100 FC on Hidden for himself. Also the highest accuracy. Unfortunate 100, but hey, it happens sometimes, you know? 80s with a 99.8%, Jackpacks 99.7%. In general, pretty solid 99% across the board for most players on this. We have Team with the practically 4-way FC, if Zudi didn't miss on the first 2 notes of the map. But at 4.2 million on a free mod pick, that is... I just want to... I want to clarify how kind of dumb that is. You can sort of see that in comparison to every other score, but that is kind of ridiculous. Also with the highest accuracy at 99.31, Greg as well, joining them at 99.15 in the above 99 club. Free Mod 2. Once again, a map we didn't really see that much of. I believe this is also only played in 2 matches. And Ikoro going to be top scoring at 940,000 for him. This map only picked 4 times, banned 12 of the other times. This is a lot more rhythm intensive and just sort of awkward in general, I guess you could say. And Ikoro, the only 98%. Congratulations. Jackpacks just missing the top accuracy on the 97.52% from him. The only players above 97% accuracy on this map just tanking. Though with the highest team score on the map, barely beating Greg by around 30,000. Garfield as well, getting above 2.5 million. A solid score from them on this. Highest average accuracy also goes to The with 95.78%. Also barely beating out Greg by 0.06%. Free Mod 3, an absolute banger of a song, has a bit more interaction with it. 11 times picked, 12 times banned, which is quite surprising, all things considered, but was played a decent amount of times. Arnold repping the Hidden FC, Reedcat with the Hard Rock FC from P Model, respectively. Minecraft 570, Yenator, BTMC, and Afterwind as well with FCs of their own. Woofle going to be taking the highest accuracy, however, on Enter Team Name. Will be Arnold with the highest accuracy FC. Skill, the only other player to get above 99%. And P Model repping the highest team score on the map, 3.4 million for them, almost an entire 1 million above the next best team, the Bench, at 2.6 million. Average scores sitting around the 2 million mark. Average accuracy also goes to P Model, 98.56% average for them. Only team above 98%, enter team name at 97.6%, the Bench at 97.02%. In general, pretty low accuracy for this map. And finally, the only time this was played, the Pat the Duck versus Akagod match. And the only FC on this map, Krez, funnily enough, a hidden FC, because you just take hidden on tiebreakers, I guess. You know, it just happens sometimes, I don't know. But Krez pretty much putting the team on his back, just saying, bro, I got this. Don't worry about it. 99.15% from him, going to be topping the accuracy and score. Holy Jesus, not too far behind with his accuracy himself. But it will be pretty clear. Pat the Duck, the highest score on this at 2.7 million, just about. Same for overall accuracy. I imagine Pat the Duck is also going to be the highest average accuracy on this. This was only played one time, unfortunately. Not many matches going to tiebreaker this week as compared to round of 64. But we did get to play it at least once, so that is a plus. 98.68% from Pat the Duck. And that will do it for the statistics for round of 32. Seen quite a few maps that tend to get soloed as just not really. There's a couple of maps each pool that just tend to not be picked, and we pretty much saw that with Hidden 3, Hard Rock 2, and Free Mod 2 in this pool in particular. And then we have the maps that everyone wanted to play: No Mod 2, No Mod 3, No Mod 5. Ones that just appealed to everybody in general. Well, yeah, that will do it for statistics. Should be interesting to see round of 16 statistics as the matchups get more tense. As the players start thinning out. We have the top teams by total score across the board. TPABMAT going to be at 3.78 million average across the entirety of their tournament for this match. Total average accuracy goes to Donate Blinds at 98.22%. And I'm pretty sure I missed the totals for the players, which is kind of unfortunate. I was busy talking about other stuff. Model, the only other team to get above 98% average accuracy, though. Donate Blinds also not quite as close as I thought, but around 100k behind TPABMAT. Decent amount of 3 million total score or average score across the board for most teams, though. In the meantime, you get to watch this little replay on the tiebreaker, as it was only played once. But that about does it for me, it's been Fire Rage. This has been the round of 32 showcase for statistics, and we will see you guys on the round of 16 weekend next week. Should be exciting. See you guys then.